Today we're gonna make 3 coffee-style drinks right at home that taste delicious, that are nourishing, and elevate your morning ritual. Mornings can go by really fast and can be a little bit chaotic. So for me, I really like to take a moment of self-care and craft an intentional latte or drink to kickstart my day. Now today, instead of using regular coffee for these drinks, I'm going to be using a blend called Koffee with a K. It's made with functional mushrooms and adaptogenic herbs, which are really nourishing and great for days when I want a caffeine-free coffee alternative. Now, of course, you can just use espresso or regular coffee. You don't have to use this blend. You can use whatever you like. Okay, let's get into making these drinks. So the first one is going to be the flat white. This one's super easy, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. You really need 2 components, your oat milk and your coffee. In our case, I'm going to be using Koffee with a K as my coffee substitute, but you can use espresso, you can use brewed coffee, however you like. Traditionally, the latte would be made by brewing 2 shots of espresso and then adding steamed milk on top of that in your mug, and voila, easy peasy, ready to go. The way I'm going to make it though is using a mocha pot, because when I use a mocha pot with Koffee with a K, it brings out more of that espresso extra roastiness. So very easy. You're going to add about 3 to 4 ounces of water to the base of the mocha pot. Then for every 3 to 4 ounces of water, you're going to add 1 scoop of the blend. So I'm going to do the equivalent of 2 shots. So I want 8 ounces of water and 2 scoops of Koffee with a K. Boom. Once you put that in your mocha pot, go ahead, screw that up, put it on top of your stove, turn it on, and let that brew. While that's brewing, we're going to go ahead and get our oat milk going. If you don't have a fancy oat milk steamer, great little kitchen hack that I found is just use a regular saucepan and pour your oat milk in it. I'm doing just about 8 ounces of oat milk. Put that in a saucepan, froth it up with a hand frother if you have one. If not, don't worry about it, it's okay. You could just whisk it with a spoon or a whisk and then set that aside. Now to make the drink, it's very easy. Just pour the brewed coffee or Koffee with a K into your mug. Next, add your steamed oat milk or whatever milk that you like. At this point, if you want to add sweetener, go on ahead. I prefer no sweetener for this, and voila, you have your flat white. Very delicious and indulgent, and it was super easy to make. It just gives me that extra pizzazz rather than just adding a splash of oat milk into my coffee. All right, moving right along here, the next step we have is the Black Sesame Latte. Now this one is really indulgent. I love this one. The sensory aspect of the freshly roasted black sesames adds a whole nother component to this experience. And really making my latte in the morning is a ritual. It's centering, it helps me get into like a meditative state, especially on busy mornings. So for this one, you want to have some roasted black sesame seeds. I pre-roast these ahead of time, but you can surely buy them just already roasted. What I like to do is I like to grind them up with my motor and pestle. If you don't have one, you could use a coffee grinder or any other grinder. If you don't have a grinder, that's fine. You could just drop them straight into the oat milk. That's totally okay too. So we're gonna take our black sesame seeds, we're gonna add it to the oat milk. We're gonna simmer that for a little bit. Now at this point, this is totally fine for your black sesame infused oat milk. I personally like to add a little dash of salt, a little bit of maple syrup. I'll even do a hint of vanilla sometimes. This one from Black Oak Naturals has been my jam. And then you just let all of that simmer on the stove while you go ahead and brew up your coffee component. Now for the coffee, I'm going to use the French press this time. It's pretty easy. You just add the powdered blend if you're using Koffee with a K, or your espresso ground into the bottom of the French press. Some people even like to do a 1-to-1 ratio here. You add your hot water. For every tablespoon, I do 8 ounces of water. Give it a stir, let it sit about 3 minutes. Now I'm gonna make this black sesame latte dirty, so I'm gonna also brew a shot of espresso. So go ahead, I'm gonna use my espresso machine here. We're gonna turn this bad boy on, put the espresso in there, and make our espresso shot. So once you hold your shot and you have your brewed coffee with a K components done, go ahead and check on your black sesame infused oat milk. That should be ready. Turn it off. Now you want to strain the black sesame oat milk. You don't necessarily have to, but I think it's a better experience. One of the reasons why I love black sesame is it's extra nourishing, really good for hair and skin health, also brain function and kidney. So when I combine that with the superfoods that are in the coffee with a K blend and the functional mushrooms, I just feel an extra boost to my day, and it tastes amazing and the smell is out of this world. So once you've strained your black sesame infused oat milk, we're gonna come over here and build the drink. So start off, add the brewed coffee with a K or your regular coffee into your cup. Add a shot of espresso if you're gonna make it extra dirty. And then we're gonna add our frothed black sesame oat milk on top. And if we want to be extra fancy, go ahead and sprinkle a few more black sesame seeds on top. It is delicious. Oh, I love this latte so much. You definitely have to try this one. It's everything to me. If you like black sesame seeds, you'll like it. If you've never had black sesame before, a lot of people would say it's kind of nutty, almost peanut buttery, but not. So if you like peanut butter and you haven't had black sesame, you might like this one. So go ahead and give it a try. Okay, so last one we're making is our coconut water Americano. Now, traditionally, I do not like Americanos. I know, shocking, right? It's just the acidity, and then when you combine it with water, it's just not my thing. But when we're talking about coconut water Americanos, that is a whole nother story, and I am in love with them. They are so good. The coconut water is great too when you want extra hydration and nourishment and electrolytes. It's fantastic. So the coconut water Americanos are going to be more for days when it's hotter outside, or I feel like I need those extra electrolytes, or maybe it's after a workout, or I'm going on a walk with my dog. These are perfect. And it's so easy. What you want to do is you add ice to your glass, and then you're going to fill the glass 3/4 of the way with coconut water. I like this brand coconut water. I've tried a few different ones. In a perfect world, obviously, we'd be able to just walk outside our doors, grab a coconut from the tree, crack it open and pour it in our glass, but we don't all live that luxuriously, right? So just grab your canned coconut water, whichever one you prefer. And then once you filled your glass 3/4 of the way, you're gonna go ahead and add your brewed coffee with a K or your espresso shots. Now, what I have here is actually coffee with a K that's been brewed ahead of time and put in the fridge, so it's turned into a cold brew. But if you make it hot and just pour it over ice, that's totally fine as well. Pour that right on top, and just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It looks really hydrating and delicious. Give it a stir, mix it all up, and it doesn't even need any sweetener because the coconut water is already sweet. It's so good. It's definitely my jam, especially as summertime approaches closer. So there you have it. Those are my 3 go-to coffee shop style drinks that you can make from the comfort of your home to elevate your morning ritual. I hope you really liked this content. Please go ahead, give us a like if you did, subscribe if you want more content like this showing up in your feed, comment which one of the drinks that you tried at home, or if you want to see me make a different type of coffee shop style drink, I'd love to hear your feedback. And until next time, take care.